This is everything in between. This is everything in between.
Welcome to Everything in Between at Studio 86, where we talk about music and everything in between. So let's get into it with our hosts Patrice, Michelle Al, and Big Moose. We want to thank our followers new and old. We appreciate you. So let's get into our fresh drop check-in. That's what have you been listening to?
Well, I'm pretty sure
last episode.
You said it yesterday in the car. You're like, wow, you're still on that Avenged Metallica kick, eh? So yes, that's where I am.
Okay.
I'm still listening to my Avenged
Hey man, there's
Metallica.
nothing wrong with that. I'm kind of mixing it up a bit myself. Like where it's
Yeah.
just kind of I'm not really sticking to one thing right now. Like I'm going from like hip hop to dance to rock to metal. Like
Well,
it's all over the
intent
place.
for me, but my algorithm or whatever it's called just keeps pushing those back out to me. So
Whatever your other algorithm's telling you, I guess.
yeah, I guess it's meant to be, right? It's meant to be.
I'm liking like the summery kind of vibe music now too. Like I don't know, you get like "I'm Yours" by Jason Mraz, I think it
You
is.
get kinda like a
you
cottage
get that like kind of
feel,
like
summer feel.
"Swing Life Away,"
Yep,
shit like that
absolutely.
by Rise Against. So I'm really digging the summer vibes, and they're really mellow.
It's not a sweaty music either,
Yes,
right?
did you just say sweaty
Yes,
music?
absolutely. It doesn't get you as pumped. It gets you pumped, but in a different pump, right?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's get into some great summer vibes. Let us know what you all been listening to. We'd like to hear from you. So this is our Canada Day episode, and we're gonna get into like a bunch of Canadian stuff because that's on July 1st that we're having Canada Day.
Yep.
And it's to celebrate Canada. It's right in the name. So it's right in the name. Can't deny it there. But first, before I get into this, there was a group that got brought up to me that I haven't heard from in a long time. And I thought it was really relevant to the AI technology now. And the group is Milli Vanilli. That was a pop duo. They formed in 1988. And they're singers, Fab Marvan and Rob Pilatus. And their first album was called Girl You Know It's True. They had...
Loved it.
Yeah,
Loved it.
hey man, never denied it wasn't great music. It's just a matter of who was singing it. Their hit songs, "Girl You Know It's True" and "Blame It on the Rain," were massive songs. I think they won all these Grammys. They won a whole bunch of stuff from this, and they got caught as being frauds for lip singing all their songs and not being the real singers. We'll get into a bit more. The true talent were session singers Brad Howell, John Davis, Charles Shaw, and the backing vocalists were Jody Rosia and Linda Rosia. I think I'm saying that right. Hopefully I am. It's pretty crazy. And that's where they are now. Where they are now is Rob Pilatus. Unfortunately, he passed away from a drug and alcohol overdose in April of 1998 at the age of 33. Very sad. That's I didn't know that actually.
Very sad.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't know if this is what kind of drove him to get into all this or...
From what I have seen,
Yeah,
it's
kinda-
does look like it was.
It didn't help the
It didn't
situation.
help.
Yeah,
Yes,
because they got
absolutely.
just ridiculed and destroyed, and they got their Grammys taken away. Everything was a big sham, and I think they just kind of went in hiding after that. And you didn't really hear anything
No,
about it, right?
no.
So it's kind of sad that he had to go through that, and probably alone, knowing he was on top of the world at one point.
Absolutely.
So just shows you how people can just throw you to the side and not even think about you. And Fab Marvan now lives in Amsterdam with his partner and 4 children. He released an autobiography called "You Know It's True: The Real Story of Milli Vanilli." And we were talking about this earlier, Michelle and I, and she was saying something about the Menendez brothers.
Yes. So I like my true crime, as people know. So Monsters on Netflix, the Eric and Lyle Menendez story. There's a Milli Vanilli song, and actually it is "Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You" in it. And as interesting as this is, it's quite weird as well. This was a song that the sons actually picked at the funeral in remembrance of their mother. It's So it's a little odd. It's a little different. But yeah. And I think that actually brought Milli Vanilli back into the light there for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's crazy though. And I was listening to that song earlier before we started, and the lyrics were just like, what?
Absolutely.
If you get a chance, listen to lyrics, and you're like, this is not appropriate for a funeral for your mother.
For your mother.
For your mother. It's
Yes.
kind of like almost like a breakup song,
Yes,
isn't it, or something like that?
absolutely.
So I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
Why they chose that song, but
Yeah.
yeah, I know it's very interesting going back and just hearing these songs as well, like "Girl, You Know It's True" and all this kind of
Right.
stuff. I'm rocking it. I'm like, this is fucking great. Still great music. Whoever sang it, well, we know who's sang it, but whoever's really singing it, I don't know, because at the time, and now you look back at the voice. The singing voice to the actual how the Milli Vanilli looked. And to me, I just don't think it really matched now that you know kind of, or maybe it's just because you know now. You know,
That's
it could
fair.
have, like, maybe if
Yep.
you didn't know, you wouldn't know. It's like, okay, there's something not right here.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, great music. Whoever wrote it, made it
Yeah.
awesome. It was
good music.
Very fantastic job doing that. But do you think this is really relevant now because of AI technology? Now it was so shunned upon, or whatever you say, back in the 80s and 90s, whereas like you're losing everything.
Well, that's an interesting question because you actually think now with AI music, is that the death of concerts going forward? Are you just going to go and see a computer up on stage while it pumps out the songs?
Well, a lot
or
of
are they going to have artists that come out, perform a show, lip singing to it?
True.
Like what is the path forward with music and AI?
That's a good question. Yeah. I think the concerts, I don't know if you'll ever replace concerts with just the atmosphere,
Absolutely.
the performance.
No, exactly.
You know, because a lot of bands that I've seen in concerts, they're performers. Like
Yes.
they can keep you entertained. You're right in there. You're
Yep.
so involved, and I don't think computers, as of now, can do that.
But you look at it, that's what Milli Vanilli were as well.
Yeah,
They were
true.
great
Yeah.
performers
Right.
to the eye.
Mm-hmm.
But if you heard them in an interview, they could barely speak English. And it's
I'm
just
gonna
it's
spit
very
out my-
it's- no,
my
but it's
drink
very
there.
interesting to
It's
see,
very
right?
true.
But somebody did look at them and
Yeah.
see, like, I can make money off of you.
Right.
Like,
But lip syncing, I don't really think it doesn't even matter anymore because it could be AI and who gives a shit.
Absolutely.
There's full AI artists out there that we've covered and we've
Yes.
put on the episodes, and it's all AI. Nobody cares. They're getting
Absolutely.
crazy views. They're getting crazy likes
Yep.
and follows and downloads and stuff, and it's insane.
Yep.
So I find it really irrelevant that these guys got so ridiculed for what they did.
and if you really think about it, one of them lost their lives.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now look at the state of music. Like,
Right.
It's a whole new world.
It is a whole new world, right? It's a
Yep.
whole new world to navigate. And like I said, I don't think it's relevant now for these guys. Yeah, I think good for you. You know what? They would have almost been rewarded now
Yeah.
for this.
Absolutely.
You know? So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, sucks that the one passed. It sucks that they went through that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? Like maybe they didn't even really know the full extent of what was going in because there were like all these people like, here, sign this, sign this.
Absolutely.
They're in the spotlight. The whole world knows who you are
Who
now.
wouldn't be signing for those
Right?
those sums of money?
Right.
Like,
And I think that's you sell your soul almost for that,
Absolutely.
right? But yeah, the real singers are fantastic.
yes, they are. They are.
And those two guys, Milli Vanilli, are good looking dudes. Like they're in shape. They
Absolutely.
just
and
had
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Somebody saw them and knew I
Right.
can make money off of your physical appearance.
Yeah. And now you don't even need anybody. You can just make it an AI person
Absolutely.
and put AI music to that. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And I had a lot of fun kind of going back. And it was kind of a lot of a
Yep.
memory lane almost.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of kind of fun to do that. And like I said, shitty that the one did pass.
Yes.
But yeah. Okay, and now we're going to move on to some Canadian stuff because this is a Canada Day episode.
Absolutely.
So let's get into what do you think the most Canadian song ever written is? If we want to hear from you as well, too, everybody, like just leave comments, and you're going to probably rip our songs apart, maybe, but we still want to hear from you, and we want to know what you think about all this as well, too. So sorry to interrupt, Michelle. L.
I don't know. That's
Yeah, that's
so
a loaded
hard.
question.
Like it's such a loaded question.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know. Like for me, myself, I would like, I don't know. I wouldn't even say it's just like, it's not a Canadian song. It doesn't stand for Canada in any way, especially the title, but it's a Canadian band. And it always makes me think of that video game. It was an NHL game.
Oh, NHL 93 or something? Or
No, it would have been, it was the one that came out when it had the 93 on it as well. So you had
Oh,
the two
okay.
versions, but Trouble Charger, American Psycho. Like to
Oh, yeah?
me, that's just it's Canadian.
And I don't even think it has to have like anything to do with Canada. It just gives you that feel of Canada, you know? It just gives you that, like, when you hear
it
it.
was really cool to hear it on a
Yeah?
video game that is
Okay.
like NHL, like what was it? Like maybe it was 97. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it was on
just
one
to
of the
me, it's like
NHLs.
it was kind of cool to see that because you're not really seeing a lot of Canadian music on video games.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Trev just said if I had $1 million, I was just gonna
right?
tell him, like, Trev, we want to hear you and your thoughts on this as well too.
can
So
see
just
the
pipe
hamster
in.
wheel
Oh
spinning.
yeah.
knew what
It's
you were
actually
gonna
funny you
ask.
mentioned that song. If I had $1 million, because really, if you had $1 million now, you can't buy anything. Back in the day, you're like, yeah, fuck, I live like a king or a queen or whatever it is. But now it's like, fuck, if I had $1 million, I can maybe buy a bachelor fucking condo. Maybe. I don't know. Have some
Maybe.
food after.
And have some
But
food.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
definitely a Canadian song for the Bare Naked Ladies. I'm going to say for myself, it's Wheat Kings by the Tragically Hip. That song is just, when I hear that song begin with the loon, I'm just like, it just takes me back to camping. Like anytime I think of that, I think camping in Canada is, yeah, probably the best thing you can do in the summer. Camping, cottage, trailer, whatever it is, just being outside and enjoying the outdoors. So, but yeah, let us know what you think about that.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we want to hear from you. So we're going to move on to which song is the best represents Canada. So that's another kind of all these loaded questions, I'm telling you. But I know our listeners and followers are going to help us out with this too, and leave comments, and just we'll have debates with it too, and just have fun with it, you know.
What would you go with that one? You go first on this.
You want me to go first?
Yep.
I'm thinking, honestly, I'm going to cop out here and just say the Tragically Hip, because what their lyrics really represented was Canadian history. If you go back and listen to it, it's all Canadian history. What they've done, their lyrics, everything is based off of that for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yep, that's fair.
it's crazy. Like, even Wheat Kings is based off someone that, went to jail in, I can't remember, Alberta or Saskatchewan for 20 years, and he didn't even do it.
Yep.
He was always innocent. So it's kind of crazy to have that kind of history that not too many people know about it. And the fact too, what I love about the Hip is the fact that they were Canada's band for the fact the States didn't even take, like, they were like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like they could play a stadium here and go play like a pub,
Yeah.
somewhere down south in the States or something like that. So, I mean, good for them. And they stuck with it and they didn't care. They're like, we're Canada's band, and they really, really rocked the shit out of it. And I really, really like that about them.
Nice.
Yeah. So how about yourself? You just can't think of anything that kind of the best represents, even if, like you said, it just makes you think
Best
of
represented, I would definitely agree with you when it comes to Tragically Hip, just with their lyrics, with the meanings behind their songs. Just they're not telling stories, but they are telling stories.
They
Don't
are,
get me wrong,
yeah.
they're telling stories, but they're telling actual events. Like it's not just like it's not a made up story. Like
Right.
it's a true story. Like their music is Canadian history.
Canadian history. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Huh? Yeah. And again, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And so now we're getting on to Canadian artists who conquered the world. So we have kind of examples like Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, Shania Twain, Drake, The Weeknd, Alanis Morissette.
Yep.
So there's a whole bunch of names that kind of pop in your head. But for me, I think Drake is probably one of the one that best represents Canada because he's true to Toronto. He's opened business there. His house is there. He's
fair.
invested a lot back into Canada. And Neil Young did, I think it was a concert in last year, I think it was, to save a farmhouse in one of his old little towns that are in Ontario.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he had that, a benefit concert. I know he doesn't I think he lives in Hawaii. But I think he still has like invested in Canada and stuff like that. So he's still very invested, just doesn't live here. And most artists that make it that big don't live in Canada,
Which
kind
is,
of thing.
I
You know,
get it.
move to whatever, LA.
You want to get away
whatever.
from the cold and the snow. I get it.
Yeah, it's the one bad thing about
Yep.
Canada. I tell you, if it wasn't winter here ever, I'd never have any reason to leave. And I'd probably want to explore it a lot more too.
That's fair.
But it's getting very expensive to travel in Canada too. Like if I had $1 million, I could
We're not
go
going
maybe.
far.
We're not going too
We're not
far.
going too
we
far.
may go to one province to the next. Driving. That's not even flights.
That's all gas money.
That's all gas money. We won't get into all that kind of stuff. Which actually, I'm going to go off topic for a second here. Before I was going on about like Savor Downtowns, I really wanted to continue that, but I don't think I can without it being political. And I really was kind of just questioning myself about this because I don't, like I said before, I don't want to make this anything about politics and all that. I just want to have fun with this and talk about music and the culture of music and kind of everything in between, but I don't want it to be political. And I think there's no way I could continue this without it turning into a political discussion.
That's fair.
So I think I'm going to end that, and I hope the best for it. And I hope the right people can get involved and fix things the right way and get to the core problem of what's happening, not just a Band-Aid. Let's fix this open wound. But that's the last I think I'll say of that, and we'll move on from that. So how about yourself? Like, that's conquered the world from Canada. Like, there's anyone that comes to mind that really stands out?
I'll go more The Weeknd.
The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Well, he had record-breaking concert sales, ticket sales.
Absolutely.
I think it was like I think he made over $1 billion or something. It was like one
Yep.
of the first artists that ever did that.
And don't get me wrong, I 100% agree with everything you said about Drake, but I'm not a big fan of his attitude when he's outside of Toronto. Even when he's in Toronto at games, supporting games and stuff, I find his attitude's a little
Okay.
much.
All right. No, that's fair. Like a little too arrogant and cocky, you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
And
Okay.
honestly, like, I think it's great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the way he does support Canada and represents Canada, it is fantastic. But he is a face of Canada.
Right.
So when he does lose his cool, it doesn't look the best.
Do you think, he's not representing Canadians?
He's representing his own emotions at that time, which
Okay.
I do get.
Yeah.
But if you want to be the face of Canada and you want people to look at you that way,
You got to say please and thank you a lot.
absolutely. And I don't get me wrong. I fully understand the emotions. Like I am that person, and I could never be in a position to be the face of a company or anything like that,
Right.
because I am too emotional.
Right.
But he is in a position where sometimes I do feel he could scale back a little.
That's a good way of looking at it. I never
But
thought
he's
of it
still
that
young
that.
too. Like like you learn, right?
Yeah, that's true. And you kind of just go with the flow of stuff, right?
Yep.
And I look at like how invasive people can be
Absolutely.
towards these, like not respecting them and stuff like that, right? And that's got to
Absolutely.
get to I don't know. I did like what he did with that. Like, he wasted a lot of resources with it, but that thing he did for his new album, where he had in downtown Toronto, he had that big block of ice.
That was pretty awesome.
It was fucking awesome.
That is
It was a
pretty good
great
shit.
promotion
It
because
was.
all it did, everyone talked about it. Even
Everyone
if you
was
don't like
talking
Drake or
about
know who
it.
Drake is, you're talking, what the fuck is this big block of ice doing?
Absolutely.
And people were going downtown just to see this
Just
block
to
of ice.
see it
You're
in
seeing
person.
a block of ice.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know, just created so much buzz. And
It really
I think it
did.
was genius.
It
I think,
absolutely
you know,
was.
did it waste a lot of resources? And they had to spend the firefighters were there for like 2 days trying to get rid of it because it was a hazard and people were climbing on it, picking at it, all that kind of stuff, right?
I am going to assume, though, that did not come from taxpayer dollars.
No, it came from him. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly,
You're right. That's
Like,
another thing,
he
right?
he probably paid for that.
And it was probably cheaper than actually doing a lot of promotion
Absolutely.
for his. Like, that was his main promotion.
Absolutely.
And that was it.
And everyone was
talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like what you said about him. If you're going to represent Canada, this is what Canadians are portrayed as. You
Yes.
kind of want to portray that as best you can.
Absolutely.
We all have off days. We all have days where you're
Absolutely.
just like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let us know what you think. Who do you think, best represents Canada and conquered the world from Canada? Because
Absolutely.
there's so many fantastic, Bryan Adams, there's just
You got some Rush in there, too. I'm sorry.
Rush. I'm not a big fan of Rush.
I'm not a big fan, but
yeah, they have
my
conquered
God,
the world.
they've been around forever.
They have. And they were definitely pioneers of
Right?
rock, and
Absolutely.
I think I don't even know if you go as far as metal, but you know, you kind of, that's another
Yeah.
maybe another hot topic for another day. But
There you go.
and that'd be kind of a good thing to too talk about, like metal, how rock kind of transitioned into metal over the years and stuff. That'd be kind of a cool thing to see how it kind of transitioned to what it is now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we
Back
won't,
to our Canada Day
but
topics.
Michelle, keeping me on the schedule here. Okay, now we have Canadian punk bands. Which ones do you think kind of represented Canada as well too, in the world, like with punk music? I know you got like Sum 41, you got the Flatliners. There's a couple of ones I'm probably missing because I'm honestly not huge in the punk. I'm more into it ever since I started listening to the stuff you listen to.
I would definitely go with Flatliners.
Flatliners?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Especially
Nice.
like over the years, just seeing who they played with. Like a lot of the time, they're definitely the opening act
Yeah.
for U.S. bands, right? Like they're not the headliner by any means, but they have so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just, yeah, like
They're just having a great time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they seem to thoroughly enjoy just being part of the show, just like being a part of it, and it's great. Like I've seen them a couple of times, and it's great. They fit in great into the lineups, and
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
and they actually have a really cool shirt. I have it.
She
have
does.
one. It's actually a Toronto Blue Jays T-shirt, but instead of Blue Jays, it says the Flatliners on it.
You should have
because
worn
they were
it. That would have been a great
yes!
shirt to wear.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that.
And I don't have any Canadian
But I got
stuff.
that
yeah.
when they played in Toronto. I just thought that was a
It is
really
a cool,
unique
It is a
shirt.
really unique shirt. I do like it
Yeah.
and what they did with it and that. So
What about you?
I really don't know much about the punk scene. I know
Yeah.
it was kind of big in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I know Canada really kind of took over the punk scene. To name bands and stuff, I have no idea. I wasn't really into punk at that time,
Yeah.
or I didn't
That's
really
fair.
follow it. So, but I know there was a huge kind of punk explosion in that time.
Yeah.
That kind of took over for a bit. And like I said, I think Sum 41 was probably the biggest one that just kept it going, till their retirement.
Yeah.
So
Retirement.
yeah,
Love it.
Hey, they
I
retired.
could retire that young.
Yeah. No way, I don't want to retire. I want to keep doing this.
This is a totally different story than like real work.
We're not really working
I don't
here.
classify this as real work because I'm having fun.
Yeah, right. We're having fun. And another thing too is does Canada in that time, did they get enough respect in the punk scene in that, that explosion? Were they respected around the world for their contribution to punk music?
I don't think Canada's ever fully respected in any way in the musical industry.
Fair. Okay. It's a good take. Whether it's punk music, rock, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what genre.
I don't feel that, it's...
Okay.
Yeah. It's a shame.
It is a shame.
It's a huge shame.
Because there's lots of talent. There's so
Absolutely.
much talent too of people that you don't even hear about.
Absolutely.
There's so much talent in
Yep.
here. So, best Canadian album ever.
Go back to Trouble Charger.
Yeah?
I love
Okay.
the album American Psycho.
All right.
What about you?
I don't know. It's a tough one because you got Jagged Little Pill. I mean, that was by Alanis Morissette. That was huge. I'm going by what I like too, because I listen to that shit that album a lot.
You were a very big fan of that album. I do remember that.
And it's one of those albums I can listen to the whole thing all the way through.
Yeah, you did.
It's very, very rare that you got those, right? I think Stone Temple Pilots is
true.
one. But yeah, there's not too many. Just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, of course you did.
But yeah, no, just kind of really enjoyed that one. And I can't think of anything else right now. I'm sure there's tons. I'll think of a million things after this. So
Usually do.
Yeah, right? It's
Yeah.
that's why I'm not good at trivia. It's I'll know it after, but not before, during. I'll know it before, I'll know it after, but I won't know it actually in the moment, right? I'm kind of sit there drooling. But it happens.
Oh my goodness.
Let us know what you think. Trev, you got anything with the Canadian album or? No, you good? Yeah. All right. What do we got here? Canadian one-hit wonders. We have like Len,
Yep.
Crash
yep.
Test Dummies. I don't know if they were more like a one-hit wonder. They were more like they had a couple of good albums, I think.
I wouldn't go with Crash Test Dummies really being a one-hit wonder, but they definitely had that one song that was much more known than everything.
Right. Yeah.
Right? But I don't know. Like, I feel Crash Test Dummies had like quite a following.
Yeah. I don't think they were one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
know.
consider that.
No.
Whoever made these notes, man, I don't like that. Yeah. Let's change that. Let's get them off of that list.
Right.
What about any other kind of one-hit? I'm trying to think of one-hit wonders, Canadian one-hit wonders. I know there's a bunch. It's just a matter if we can think of them now.
I can't really think of any one-hit wonders, but I can definitely go with my favorite Canadian song.
What's that?
Like a favorite song by a Canadian artist. Again, Trouble Charger.
Yeah?
But the song was called Red.
Oh, that's a good song.
I loved that song.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say I loved. I still love that song.
Yeah, you still love that song.
Absolutely.
All right. That's cool.
Do you have a favorite Canadian song or song
like a
by
one-hit
Canadian?
wonder?
No. Just like a favorite song by a Canadian.
Yeah,
Canadian band, Canadian
that whole
artist.
trivia thing again. I'm
There
kind
you
of
go,
just
okay.
I'm
Yep.
just kind of just stumped right now. They'll flood in after. I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and I'll be like, oh yeah. And name off all these bands and songs
Or
that
no
I
one's
really
around
liked.
to even hear
right?
about it.
No one can hear me. I'll have to wake you up maybe and be like, hey
Please
Michelle.
Don't do it. You're gonna regret it.
But let us know what you think about one Canadian one hit wonders, and I'm sure there's, like I said, there's tons. It's just let us know what you think, and if they were in that category of one hit wonders too.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Here's some like cool Canadian music facts that might have sound fake at the time. Rush were once considered too progressive for the mainstream radio. Really? Okay. All right.
That's craziness.
That
to
is
me.
crazy. The Tragedy Hip were massive, like we were talking about, massive in Canada, but never fully broke through the U.S.
Nope.
And I think they're one of the only original ones that have done that.
Yep.
Where they're massive in one country, but didn't. And because most artists try to go to the States to break through, or they couldn't break through. So they're like, you know what? We'll just concentrate on this country.
Well, you don't want to go to another country either and get caught with weed, right? At that time, so
That's true. Yeah, weed was the devil's lettuce.
Yes.
It was like the worst thing you could ever do. It was like worse than fucking
or what's the other
cocaine
one?
or heroin.
Satan's kale.
Satan's kale. Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones. Oh shit! And much of Canada's music industry growth was influenced by Canadian content, what's CanCon regulations, and that's the CRTC. That I think you had to play 40% of Canadian content on your radio station.
Absolutely.
It was something along those crazy lines where most of it was, and that's why you got repeated songs over and over and over again.
And that's what helped with my band in crime and music, or my person in crime and music.
Oh
today,
shit! Okay, I'm
Yep.
excited to hear about that.
Yeah.
Can I ask you who it is, or are you gonna wait? Okay, we'll wait. All right, we'll wait. I'm excited.
Well, it's a Canadian band, so we'll go from there, and maybe some people can piece it together.
Okay, I can't, but
Let's go. I'll whisper. It's Hadley.
I didn't hear that.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything. I know what you're talking about. Other controversial, I can't even talk. Controversial Canadian music opinions, like how Nickelback was hated.
Oh my God!
Like
right?
they're underrated. Everyone hated them all of a sudden.
But you know what? I don't believe that. I don't believe that there's a lot of people that actually really hate them. I just believe there's a lot of closet people when it comes to Nickelback.
You think it's like a
do.
closet band almost?
I feel that a lot of people who claim that they don't like them are actually in the closet about them and do really like them.
Okay. All right.
I just think it's the cool thing for people to say that they hate Nickelback.
Yeah.
To fit in. To fit
in, yeah. Because if you like him, you're gonna get shunned.
Absolutely. Because people are like, oh my God, you like Nickelback?
Yeah,
and then you probably go to that person's house and they're probably listening to it anyways.
Right. And they don't. You can't talk to me because you like
Absolutely.
Nickelback. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. But yeah, I think that was. And if you watch that, I really like the Netflix documentary they did on Nickelback, and it was really cool. They did kind of go into that why everyone hated them kind of thing.
Yeah.
And nobody knows why.
Nobody knows why.
Nobody knows
There's
why.
no like real reason. Like if you ask somebody like, why do you hate Nickelback? Nobody really gives you a reason.
Not at all. And I that album they came out with freaking amazing. I can't remember the one. fuck yeah, I'm drawing a blank
The
here.
one with the car on the cover.
Yeah,
driving on the road.
yeah.
No, that actually
That's
I know
what.
exactly what
Now
you're
that we're talking about,
yes.
that's one of the albums I could listen to.
There was a
the whole
lot
thing.
of really good songs on that
Yeah,
album.
and I saw a clip of them covering some Metallica songs, and they fucking killed it. It was amazing.
believe it.
And seeing them in concert, those guys, like, they had pyrotechs, like they
Yeah.
put on a great rock show.
Yeah.
Amazing rock show. You know, and I just thought of this. I'm going off topic again because if I don't say it, I'll lose it. But what's like Canadian with Canadians in like dance and EDM and all that kind of stuff? Where do you think we stand on that? Like, I don't know of really any huge Canadians in that kind of genre.
I would say
I know there are. Like,
I
there's
think most people really listen to the European version. I shouldn't say versions, the European EDM house,
Yeah.
stuff like that, because that's really where the good.
Do you think that they got the
comes
market
from.
for that?
Yeah.
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 Okay. No, I just thought about
Because
that.
they do. They gear a lot of what would you even call them? Like, I guess dance halls almost in a way in Europe.
And they're getting massive.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, the
Absolutely,
stages and everything, and they're doing a lot of outdoor events.
Absolutely. They put a lot of thought and effort into that genre.
And
there,
there's I think it's one of the popes or something that does it. That he's like an EDM fucking DJ.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but my God, he had the whole street lined with people.
I believe it.
Hundreds of thousands of people.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was just fucking giving her. Like, that's
Absolutely.
amazing. I don't know what that means, but yeah, scratching. Yeah. I'll just stop now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had to mention that because I know Canada's not really recognized for their EDM or
No.
their dance and all that kind of stuff, and I don't really know off by hand. Like, if you guys know, let us know because I'd love to hear some great Canadian EDM.
Well, I think like a lot too, like when it comes to European EDM, it's not so much geared towards like an alcohol or drug fueled event, where in North America it can be more.
that's what more they focus on, kind of thing. Yeah,
right.
like drink beer.
Where like I feel like they need to have more of like the festivals they have in Europe, where it's just like an open field where people
Okay.
are just dancing and
Right.
just hydrating, right, and just having a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of festivals and stuff, we want to hear, we want to vote who built the best Canadian music festival. Right? I don't know. Who do you think like of, oh my God, I had it. I can't think of it now. What was it? They had that one. They played at Molson Park and then it moved Edgefest.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like
Sorry.
I drew a
Yeah,
blank.
wow.
Don't be sorry. My brain not working.
I went to that a couple of times and I still couldn't remember.
Yeah. Like, that was a really cool festival. It kind of just fizzled out and they stopped doing it for some reason.
Well, I feel like and I could be wrong, but I just feel like as the radio itself, because that was put on by 102.1, right?
Yeah.
So as the radio kind of fizzled out over the years, it wasn't as,
That's predominant, I guess.
yeah, I guess.
Okay.
And you think about it, 102 kind of got rid of some awesome people over the years. And
Yeah, they did actually.
a lot of fans took. I
Yeah.
stopped listening. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
true.
stopped listening. Like you took away the people I enjoyed listening to.
Yeah. True. Very true.
Yeah.
So you
to
got
me, I just feel that there was a lot of lost interest in it over years.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. Like, I don't know for sure. I haven't really read up on it. It would be interesting to know, though. Like, where did it actually start losing its
like
its drive, its speed, right?
I think when they moved it, to tell you the truth, when they moved it to that, I think they moved to the Molson Amphitheater. It kind of went from like the
theater
Molson.
still was pretty.
It was a pretty good, but
hyped
I
with
don't
it,
think it's
though.
like a festival kind
Yeah,
of venue,
it's not
right?
set up for a festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there was one. There was a good park, Burley's Park, I think it's called. I can't remember exactly where. It's kind of up in that area where Molson Park used to be. I think I saw Jack Johnson there. Massive
yeah,
field. It was
that's
just such a great kind of
Yep.
outdoor festival kind of feel because you can camp and you can kind of just go from your campsite and walk into the festival and
Yep.
enjoy it, right, and then go back to your campsite. So Yeah, let us know what you think about the Canadian festivals, like
The Havelock Jamboree
The
or whatever.
yeah,
it's,
there
is
you-
that
that's
what
another
it's called?
one,
The
yeah.
Havelock?
That's a
I know it's Havelock
country
something,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the
that's-
Boots and Hearts.
Hearts.
Boots
Yeah,
and
that's
Hearts,
actually,
yep.
which I heard is a goddamn shit show after. Like
Right.
absolute. I think a lot of them are in North America. I don't
Yeah.
think they have the respect they do in Europe and stuff. Where,
No.
yeah,
no.
people kind of clean up after themselves.
That is true. That is true.
You know, it'd be kind of cool to see if Japan had festivals, to see what they do at their festivals, because they're very respectful of private, like not private, but public spaces and stuff. So
I
it'd be,
almost feel like that's maybe why they don't.
yeah,
maybe.
that could be. That's a, yeah.
You never know.
All right.
Like maybe they do have festivals. We just don't see anything
Yeah.
about it because they're just so well organized that
And respectful,
hear of
yeah.
any drama or grossness after that.
Well, I think too,
You
like
never know.
it is like that. A lot of like that in Europe. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we should. And I've said this before. Maybe we should get some tips from Europe and try to hold organizers that do that in Europe kind of come here and show us how they kind of set it up and have everything and how they
Show
take
us some
care of
best
it.
practices.
Yeah, best practices before, during, and after.
Absolutely.
You know, which I think after is just as important
Yeah.
as during and before. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So on that note, I think we're going to go to EIB band pick of the episode, which is a band from Montreal, Canada, called Sudden Waves, and the song is called Mood Shot. Let us know what you think, and we'll catch you on the next one. Go Canada.
Again